Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Superman Lois Season 4. Today we're going to be breaking down the Episode 5 trailer that just released, so if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. So we're going to be breaking down this trailer. They also released an extended trailer that is more to do with the future episodes that are remaining beyond episode 5. So that's going to be tomorrow's video, so stick around for that because there are some great shots in that trailer. But in today's video, we're going to keep it focused on episode 5 and what we know so far. So the title of this episode is in fact Break the Cycle. This is being directed by Elizabeth Henstridge, who is obviously from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know a lot of you guys will know her. So she's going to be appearing in a later episode. I don't know if she'll debut in this episode or not, but she's going to be playing Lex's daughter at some point. And this episode, as I said, is titled Break the Cycle. It's the 5th episode of the season, so we're at the midway point once we get to this episode next Monday. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this trailer breakdown. So in the first shot of the trailer, you get a look at Lex Corp. You can see Lex's distinctive L lighting up the top of his building. We haven't actually seen it yet as far as I'm aware, or we haven't seen Lex inside of it. So this is going to be a new setting. This is obviously in Metropolis. And in the next shot after this, you see Amanda and Lex inside the building, and they are obviously in the headquarters. Lex has been in Smallville for the most part of this season, so it's quite weird to actually see him hop back to Metropolis because we haven't actually seen this version of Lex in Metropolis in the present day. We've only seen him in Metropolis in the flashbacks. And so Lex says this to Amanda in this shot: "I'm heading back to Smallville to take care of this." And when he says this, it cuts to the article from the Daily Planet by Janet Olson that is titled Superman Lives. And if we quickly read through a bit of this, it says, "Earlier tonight, a portion of the South Metropolis Mall caught fire, trapping a crowd of shoppers inside. As the fire raged, multiple witnesses reported a hooded figure, speculated to be the Smallville Samaritan that they're calling Superboy, or at least Jordan, and they obviously don't know it's Jonathan. It says that the hooded figure bit off more than he could chew, and it says there was a split-second sighting of the Man of Steel." So that is what they've gone off of, and they are reporting that Superman lives. And obviously this is infuriating to Lex because Lex has believed, as he was right to believe, that Superman has been dead this whole time, and now for some reason Superman is back, and this is going to put a really big spanner in the works. And you can see it in this shot that Lex is just absolutely mad about this. He's going to go back to Smallville and he's going to target Lois, and it's going to be really bad for them. So they're really going to have to try and figure out a way to defeat Lex, to take Lex down, because Lex is going to come to Smallville with all of his powers, with all of his might and all of his resources to make sure that Lois and her family, that Smallville suffers for everything that they obviously did to Lex. He obviously is still trying to find his daughter, and now with the return of Superman, this hinders his plans because he can't get close to the family anymore because he fears Superman. And so in the next shot after this, we got Lois, and Lois is saying he's going to do something terrible to my family, talking to, I'm not sure, but it could be Amanda McCoy, it could be Chrissy, it could be someone that we know, but I really can't tell from the shot. But by the way that Lois is actually talking, it makes me seem like this is actually her talking to someone she doesn't really know that well. I could be totally wrong about that, but obviously Lois is fearing for her family now that Lex knows that Superman is alive. That was the cliffhanger in the end of the last episode that obviously we all kind of freaked out about, but they're obviously going to find out right after, maybe in that night or in the morning after, that Superman being alive has been reported to the world. So let's move on to the next shot. We got Clark and Lois inside the Kent family home, and Clark is saying, "I can't just hide," and he's obviously referring to the fact that Lex is definitely going to send Doomsday back for him, and Lois is obviously fearing that, and Lex knows where they live, so it's a really bad idea for them to actually stay here because he can send Doomsday at any point. So really, if Clark's got to hide, he's got to go to the fortress, and we know that he goes to the fortress in this episode, and we'll get to that in a minute. So moving on to the next shot, we got Lex, and he's back in Smallville. This looks like the diner, I could be wrong about that, but Lex is here. He's still fully bearded, he's in like a leather jacket, he's looking extremely menacing as he looks directly across the road to the Smallville Gazette, it seems, and we've got this shot of Clark as he walks out with a stern face, and it seems there is going to be a face-off between the two right here in the middle of Smallville. Obviously, he knows that Clark Kent is Superman now, so that is a big spanner in the works in terms of Clark's normal life, so he can't just like walk around Smallville and Lex isn't going to target him. Of course he's going to target him if he sees him, so I believe you're going to get a standoff here. Talking of the fortress, we have this shot and Clark's mum is warning him, like, you got to be careful and everything because he is vulnerable right now, and we saw that in last episode. We saw that his heart needs to adjust to his body, so right now he's not going to be able to take on Doomsday. Even if Doomsday does show up, they're going to have to be really tactical, think about how can they combine the full force of all the people that they've got in order to defeat Doomsday. They're going to have to outsmart Lex, they're going to have to outsmart Doomsday. They're not going to be able to take Doomsday on with brute force, and we've seen that attempt fail with the death of Superman. But now he's back, he's got to be extra careful about the way he goes about things, and we got this shot of Clark as he listens to his hologram mum, and I do wonder if he's going to be hiding out here for most of the episode. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about that? Moving on to the next shot, we've got Clark and he flies in. There's a bunch of fireworks going off. I don't know what type of event it is, but Clark is here. He is worried and he has just flown back because I guess this is just after he spotted Lex in Smallville, and so he knows that Lex is back and he is coming for them. He is not going to hold anything back. So Clark is saying this to Lois: Luthor is going to send his monster. We're not safe here. And this is what I literally just said earlier. They are not safe here. Luthor knows exactly where they live, so whatever they're going to be doing, even if they're just chilling and not affecting Luthor in any way, like, he's not going to hold anything back. And you saw that from the start of the trailer and just the way that he's acted this season already. So with him back in Smallville and with him fully controlling Doomsday, I completely agree with Clark that they have to get out of there. And I'm still surprised by how casual Lois is about living in Smallville and knowing that Lex knows exactly where they are. Like, if it was me, I would go into hiding. But we got a couple more shots to break down at the end of the trailer. We got this shot of Lex and he's back in the hotel. We didn't see him in the previous episode, so it's good to see him return. And as I said, it's going to be strange to see him in Metropolis at the start of the episode, but clearly is back there on business with Amanda. He's been requested to come back and actually show his face at work. Well, he is going to be back, he's going to be on a mission, and he's going to be as deadly as ever. So he is here, presumably looking out the window. I could be wrong about that, but you can see the menace on his face, although it's not as menacing as that earlier shot in the trailer. Now moving on to the final shot of the trailer, we got the shot of Doomsday. Once again, the CGI looks great. I really do like this Doomsday, and I like how much he is involved in this season. If you guys remember back to when we had that long year-plus break from season 3, I was heavily speculating that Doomsday would just be brushed over because of the budget cuts, and I'm so happy that they've involved Doomsday so much in episode 1 and episode 2, and then now we're going to see the return of Doomsday in this episode, and he is going to be a proper threat. And I love the way that they are using him alongside Lex, and I do think that potentially Lex in this episode or the next episode will suit up in the Lexo suit, as we've seen in those other trailers they've released before. So I think that's in the next couple of episodes. I don't know if that's after Doomsday is defeated, or if he wants to team up alongside Doomsday and use everything in his power to take out Superman and to take out Lois's family and affect them in the greatest way possible. Presumably killing Superman again would pretty much do that, but also he could hit closer to home, especially since he kind of got through to Jordan a little bit. Also, I have to point out, a lot of you guys in my comment section on my review video from last night were basically saying that you think something's up with Jordan, that this is not the Jordan you're used to, and the fact that he is so willing to give up his suit. So do you think something is going on with Jordan that we don't know about? Has Lex actually got through to him? Is there a secret story arc that is about to take place? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But nevertheless, I'm really excited for this episode. I think it's going to be a big episode. This is the halfway point in the season, so I'm really looking forward to it. And once again, If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And I want to remind you guys, we're going to have that extended trailer breakdown tomorrow. There's a bunch of cool new shots with Superman in a suit. He does a shirt rip and everything that I'm excited to talk about in tomorrow's video. I thought I would separate it once again just to keep this episode 5 specific for you guys. So thank you for watching. Click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and for now I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.